Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and viewers. Once again, I am with another episode with my warriors. And आज के जो वॉरियर हैं बड़े ही स्पेशल हैं इस तरीके से कि इन्होंने सब जगह का घाट घाट का पानी पिया है, इन द सेंस कि आर्मी में इन्होंने जब ज्वाइन किया तो ये जाट रेजिमेंट में ज्वाइन किया। उसके बाद इन्होंने सोचा कि चलो और कुछ चैलेंजिंग करते हैं, तो फिर पैरा स्पेशल फोर्सेज में चले गए। और उसके भी बाद तो फिर और थोड़ा इनको डिफरेंट लाइफ जीने का शौक है, तो बाद में ये एनएसजी में जाके इन्होंने उस यूनिट को कमांड किया जो ओनली यूनिट इन इंडिया, और जो एंटी हाईजैक और काउंटर हाईजैक की यूनिट उसको कमांड किया। इसी बीच में इनके जो कारनामे थे, जो इनकी अचीवमेंट थी, इनको शौर्य चक्र से नवाजा गया। और उसके साथ बहुत सारे कमेंडेशन जो यूएन मिशन में और इंडियन आर्मी में जहां भी गए वहां इनको एक्सेप्शनल काम के लिए इनको हमेशा कमेंड किया गया इनके सीनियर्स के द्वारा। और बाद में इन्होंने सोचा कि कुछ आर्मी के बाद बाहर आके भी इन्होंने कुछ ऐसा काम शुरू किया जो हर आदमी की हिम्मत नहीं होती। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के साथ आज के ये अपनी कंपनी के सीईओ हैं, और सभी को, कॉर्पोरेट्स को और अदर हाउसेस को ये उसमें हेल्प कर रहे हैं। सो वेलकम माय टुडेज वॉरियर इज कर्नल कौशल कश्यप, शौर्य चक्रा। Colonel Kaushal, welcome to the show, Win Life Like a Warrior.
Thank you so much, sir. Really honored to be here with you, sir. I have always been following you, and I find it really, sir, that you've invited me. Thank you so much.
Yes. So my viewers were very excited, Colonel Kaushal. वो ये बोल रहे थे कि कर्नल कौशल साहब को जल्दी से लेके आओ, मतलब थोड़ा गैप ज्यादा था जब से मैंने अनाउंस किया और जब तक हमारा ये था। So if you see those messages, मेरा जो मैंने पोस्ट डाली थी यूट्यूब पे,
yes
एक्चुअली हंड्रेड्स ऑफ व्यूअर्स ने उस पे अपने कमेंट्स लिखे, और यही था कि साहब कितनी जल्दी लेके आते हो। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, बस दिन आ गया। So Kanak
I would just like to thank all of them, sir.
Yeah, so nice of you. Kanak Kaushal, that important thing is that कि आपने जब आपका एजुकेशन जब हो रहा था, स्कूलिंग जब हो रही थी, तो आपके पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शन थे। जैसा मैंने आपके बारे में पढ़ा कि आप मर्चेंट नेवी के लिए भी सेलेक्ट हो गए थे, उधर नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फैशन टेक्नोलॉजी में भी आपका दबदबा था, बट उसके बावजूद भी आपने पसंद किया कि आप एनडीए में गए। जरा थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड बताइए, हाउ यू हैपन टू जॉइन द एनडीए फाइल।
Sir, straight to the point. Sir, in fact, God has been very kind, sir. I have thankfully never failed an interview. Again, all thanks to हमने तो क्या किया है, God has been very kind, been very fortunate. तो as I cleared my class 12, I wanted to do something different, कुछ अलग करना था। उस समय सारे डॉक्टर्स इंजीनियर्स बनते थे, तो मैं सोचा डॉक्टर इंजीनियर तो लास्ट में बनूंगा। आर्मी का काफी जज्बा या जुनून मेरे पेरेंट्स में होता था। They did have it, especially my father. He was also selected, but then he was on temporary rejection, so he could have joined. So I appeared for merchant navy. I got selected. उससे पहले निफ्ट के लिए सर I got selected, and the moment I went into the निफ्ट का बिल्डिंग हॉस खास में जो दिल्ली में है सर, मतलब that those days I'm talking about 90s, 95, 96, it was like that. वो कुछ होता है टाइप मूवी सीन, एंड I was so excited. मैंने कहा यार ये है, and then I got into merchant navy. I got selected for merchant navy. That's where I thought कि yeah, मतलब I'll get to go around places, कितना मजा आएगा, अलग अलग countries देखेंगे. And while all this was happening, I was called for interview, and I appeared for the interview. And once I got selected in the interview, again, we were 7 of us who got selected out of a strength of 24. नॉर्मली आप अगर फॉलो, आई एम श्योर सर आपको तो पता है, एसएसबी इंटरव्यूज में 100 लोग आते हैं तो एक सिलेक्ट होता है, या 100 में 2-3 इज वेरी नॉर्मल. वी वर अ बैच ऑफ 24, एंड आउट ऑफ द 24, 7 of us got selected, and out of the 7, 6 were Rimkolians. So they were all like the Spartans who were all trained for NDA, and I was the only one from outside. And that's when, after you get selected, जो material that got selected, when you interact with them, you see there is a class.
Yes.
Section में ही there was a distinct difference between when I was selected for merchant navy. जब आप उनको देख रहे थे, उनके साथ ऐसा लगता था ये मतलब nothing against merchant navy, please anybody watching don't take me like that, but then when I interacted, maybe because they were all Rimkolians, they were all refined, and they were so nice to be in their company, that motivated a lot. मैं कहा कुछ तो difference है. And then my father was again so damn motivated. He said nothing doing. If you have made it into NDA, just go for it. I'll not let you join anything else. So
फैंटास्टिक इनफैक्ट कर्नल कौशल, ये मुझे थोड़ा सा याद आ गया अपने बारे में भी, जो आपने बोला ना कि कुछ डिफरेंट करने का जज्बा होता है. जैसे आपने मर्चेंट नेवी में सिलेक्शन हो गया, फिर उसके बाद निफ्ट में हो गया, और उसके बावजूद भी आपने फिर आर्मी को चॉइस. आई रिकॉल दैट सेम थिंग हैपेंड विद मी आल्सो. पहले मैं हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स ज्वाइन किया आफ्टर इंजीनियरिंग, देन आई जॉइन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स फॉर 7 months. बट कहीं ये था कि यार आई एम नॉट डिजाइन फॉर 9 to 5 जॉब सिटिंग इन ए वन लैब और वन रूम. कुछ एडवेंचर चाहिए. एंड फाइनली लैंडेड अप लाइक यू सेड, पहला एसएसबी दिया और हो गया. तो वो कहीं अंदर ही होता है सबकॉन्शियसली.
calling is there.
Yeah. Same thing.
Calling is there, sir. It pulls you to where you belong.
Yes, where you belong. Absolutely. इसमें एक और चीज है कर्नल कौशल, मैंने जो कहीं पढ़ा आपके थोड़ा सा जो रिज्यूम था, कि आपके जो फादर थे, ही वाज आल्सो डाई हार्ड फौजी बनना चाहते थे. बट समहाउ वेयर आई रेड इट कि उनकी जो मदर थी, रादर योर ग्रैंड मदर, शी नेवर वांटेड हिम टू गो देयर. तो वो अपना ड्रीम अपने बच्चों के थ्रू, क्योंकि आपके बड़े भाई भी शायद आर्मी में हैं, फिर आप भी आर्मी में, वो जीना. वो क्या थोड़ी सी कहानी है? आई थिंक इट विल एक्साइट द पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट आल्सो.
नहीं बिल्कुल सर. माय फादर वाज अ डाई हार्ड. इनफैक्ट अभी भी मतलब ही इज मोर फौजी देन आई एम. ही इज he is from that era sir. तब Arunachal Pradesh was kind of a new found land type उस समय ना सर. The statehood had just got established, so he was one of the first pioneers to have gone and made the habitations in Arunachal Pradesh. So in fact वहाँ तो कुछ कुछ नाम भी हैं जो मैप में जब ये सर्वे के लिए गए थे तो मेरे फादर ने दिया है. I remember a distinct place called निर्जुली, where जो nearest है आज वहाँ पे है. तो वो नाम because the IAS officer who was accompanying for the survey, तो उन्होंने पूछा ये क्या नाम है, तो उन्होंने बोला ये निर्जुली है. Near because the ice names was near Niri or something, and Julie because it's a stream was there. So they were of that lot. So he was very passionate. अपने time पे he appeared, he even cleared the SSB interview, but then he had got a temporary rejection for tonsil, so he could not join. And ये सब उन्होंने बच करके छुप करके किया था because his mother just did not want him to very close to his mother. तो वो उनके दिल में हमेशा से रह गया. And as I said, जब when I got selected, तो he wouldn't hear a word against it कि भैया nothing doing. तुमने जहाँ घूमना है तुम फौज पहले ज्वाइन करो, उसके बाद बाहर घूमना. Nothing doing, just join the army. And again for NDA. And yeah, so I was telling you, Arunachal में उस समय there were a lot of military deployments and all, so he had friends there. So he did live that kind of a life.
Yeah. Sometimes you live your dreams through your children because your circumstances makes you like that.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, आपने अरुणाचल की जब बात की तो मेरा लास्ट पोस्टिंग भी जो है तेजपुर से था. And I have been all those places, basically Tawang, Tengar and all. I have seen that. Beautiful state.
Beautiful, sir, beautiful.
Yeah.
The kind of scope they have for tourism, and it's opening up, sir. A lot of these tracks and all, they are doing very well. And Arunachal is opening up. It's untapped potential that we have there, sir.
Yeah. In fact, एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में आ रही कर्नल कौशल कि आपने जो निफ्ट वाली बात मेंशन की, and with your personality, with your look and everything, you didn't try this Bollywood kind of thing sometime?
नहीं sir, not at all. It never struck me. कभी कभी वहां तो मतलब there are different वो sir, you there's a calling, as we spoke, there's a calling, you find your space,
Yeah,
and I believe this was my space.
I know, I know, I know. So, कौशल, जब आपने फाइनली जब मन बन गया और आपने एनडीए क्लियर किया, एनडीए ज्वाइन किया, सो एनडीए में जो जब आप एकदम लाइक आपने बोला कि आपके साथ बहुत सारे रिमकोरियन थे, तो उनकी तो बैकग्राउंड ही वो होती है कि जो पहले से ही दे आर ट्यून टू जॉइन आर्म फोर्सेस। बट जब एक बच्चा सिविल से निकल के और एकदम वहां जब एनडीए में पहुंचा दिया जाता है, इट इज जस्ट समथिंग लाइक यू आर थ्रोन इन द सी एंड यू स्टार्ट स्विमिंग। हाउ वाज दैट एक्सपीरियंस एंड हाउ इट चेंज द एंटायर वे ऑफ योर लाइफ?
सर इससे पहले I'll tell you, ये I generally have been a short guy in my,
या,
I'm 5'4",
ओके,
and generally been short, so क्लास के लाइन में हमेशा मैं 2 या 3 नंबर पे हर लाइन पे खड़ा रहता था.
ओके,
So it helped me. You know what? People told me कि you do pull-ups, तो आप तो आपकी हाइट गेन हो जाएगी. And I started doing pull-ups like mad.
ओके,
And लंबा तो मैं ज्यादा हुआ नहीं. But then when I went to NDA, the first night, yes, the first night, that was, I remember, 29th of December, and we had New Year coming, and then I was made to stay in another squadron, Echo Squadron. So adjutant was not available. बोला कि एक रात के लिए let him stay in Echo Squadron. I stayed in Echo Squadron, and it's shocking. मतलब you really have to see that to believe that. पहले तो दूर से आप देख रहे हैं, and that is the time study period चल रहा है. The entire building with every door and the windows and the banisters, they are all open. Everybody is seated and studying. So I just went there. I spoke to someone and said, shh. Then he called someone, and then I was given a place to sit, and that's where I was sitting. Then somebody like sing song manner, somebody sings something. Everybody just within 30 seconds, everybody rushes, and then there's absolute quiet. Then there's somebody speaking. So all that was happening, and रात को काफी रगड़ा हुआ. एंड इन दैट रगड़ा हुआ फर्स्ट डे, तो उन्होंने काफी मेरे को तो प्यार प्यार से बोला कि अच्छा आप आइए, ऐसे करो, चिन अप दिखाओ. तो आई कुड डू गुड अबाउट 12-13. दे वर वेरी हैप्पी, वाओ ये लड़का स्टड आया है एकदम. तो उनको तो भी पता था कि मैं स्टड क्यों था, बट नॉट विथ.
I know.
सो दे ट्राइड टू गाइड मी. बोला कि यार डू वन थिंग, आप tomorrow when you go to the adjutant, he is going to allot you a squadron, and the squadron is going to decide what is going to happen to you in NDA. And आप go to any squadron, don't go to Mike squadron.
Okay.
सर माइक स्क्वाड्रन में क्या है? बोला माइक स्क्वाड्रन एक स्क्वाड्रन है जो पैरा कमांडो बनाती है. बाकी आप कहीं भी चले जाओ, यू कम टू एको यार, यू विल डू वेरी वेल, तेरा तो बहुत पावर है, ये हो. मैं कहा ठीक है सर, I will try and come to Echo. So next day, when the adjutant called me, so I went there and he asked, okay, you go to Mike. Oh, मैं तो लगा सर एक ही स्क्वाड्रन माइक में नहीं जाना था सर. मैं गिव मी एनी स्क्वाड्रन सर प्लीज. उस समय तो वी वर लाइक ऑफिसर, लाइक नो, जस्ट सिलेक्टेड फॉर एनडीए. So you are negotiating with the adjutant, not knowing the next day adjutant क्या चीज है. So I was trying to negotiate with him. Sir, no, please don't give me Mike, sir. Give me any other squadron, sir. Echo दे दीजिए ना सर टाइप का. That was stupid of me, but then he said nothing doing, go to Mike, like my father had said, and he sent me to Mike. And Mike really makes para commandos. Whoever has been from NDA, sir, you would know. And that was, but I was again, I wasn't the top of the lot, but I was pretty good in physicals. I was good in, no, I'm not much of a runner, sir. But again, special forces mein aake, what counts is how good or bad you are in running, especially with a pitu one. So I wasn't one of those, but again, with physicals, I was pretty good. In fact, the first term I remember I got the best first termer in my squadron. That was very that was something that really moved us. And India was good, sir. India was very good.
In fact, that reminds me कि आर्मी इज वन प्रोफेशन कि जहां आप जिस चीज के लिए वॉलंटियर करोगे वो कभी नहीं मिलेगा. दे विल ऑलवेज सेंड यू अपोजिट. And this is what, and it started from NDA itself for you.
Yes, very much.
That's good to hear that. Mike means para commando, so you were destined to become that one.
Yes, sir. It started from there, and Mike was, matlab we had that kind of a tradition. Matlab later we started taking pride in it कि हम तो Mikey हैं.
So any incident during that 10-year time which you can still recall and cherish that day, yeah, of
Sir,
India?
trust me, any ex-NDA, आप उसको बता दीजिए, he can join the army again, he can do everything, he can probably relive the life because of the excitement and part of it, but he will never say, I would like to go back to NDA. No ex-NDA would. Those times are terrible, sir. Matlab, I remember the entire first term I was getting up at about 2:50 and toilet करके, matlab I had to, even shaving foam जो है, or my overstudy, he would make me keep that shaving foam so that he uses the same thing and fatapat he would shave. It will save him maybe 5 seconds of trying to work. So it was like that, sir. And the whole day it was punishing. People can't even imagine. But it's not punishment, I would say. They are grooming you. They're training you for something.
Yes.
And it doesn't come. It's not easy. It's just not easy. Yeah. And as you have grown from there, the next as you become slightly senior, then you see them and then you realize कि भैया ये तो फौज नहीं है, इनसे आप फौज नहीं चला सकते. And you train them, you toughen them up, and thereafter you see the difference as they are growing up, and the same thing, the cycle continues.
In fact, anything you are made to do there, it is for the purpose.
Yes, sir. And the purpose is to break you and then make you, mold you.
Yes, make you mold you and make you a man.
Make you a man.
And gentleman.
Yes.
Thereafter, like you were after NDA, you go to the academy, Indian Military Academy. Again, you go through a 1 year of training there.
Yes.
Any incident you recall for the benefit of viewers which you would like to share? Any exceptional incident which you have gone through that? Because everybody had some or other experience which one mentioned.
IMA again, sir. When we went to IMA, we were a little lucky. I went to Karen Company. Okay. And Karen Company was part of Bhagat Battalion, and that time Karen Company was Bhagat Battalion was called the Adam Battalion. Those who went to Manekshaw Battalion, they were like the training battalion. They would the battalion commander they was very strict, and they were all focused towards training. And Bhagat Battalion was known to be Adam Battalion, and our company was supposedly one of the most coolest. No one incident as such, sir, but the worst thing that I found in IMA was those Mussoorie nights. And there was one senior, he took a special liking for me. And Mussoorie night is when you all wet, or maybe inside a drum in the cold, freezing night of Dehradun, and you're looking at Mussoorie lights that would keep you warm. वो बीरबल वाली जो कहानी है सर, वो वाली है कि आप वो दूर से उसको देख करके वार्मथ लीजिए और आप ठंड का मजा लीजिए.
खिचड़ी बनाइए.
बिल्कुल, हाँ, खिचड़ी बनाइए सर. तो वो खिचड़ी जो हमारी बनती थी, अच्छी खासी खिचड़ी बजा. आई वुड सीरियसली ड्रेड सर कि मतलब कुछ करा लो यार, तुम पुशअप करा लो, एक्सरसाइज करा लो, रोलिंग करा लो, कुछ भी करा लो, बट मसूरी नाइट नहीं होना चाहिए. ठंडे पानी से निकालो सर. दैट वाज टेरिबल. But then the bonding that develops between your course mates, that is not there in anything. Nothing. मतलब आप कहीं आप you can't even imagine. I'm sure sir you've gone through the same thing. You can't develop that bonding without having got Roger together. No sir.
Idea is that only. All difficult thing which you are made to do is idea is that make that bonding, the team spirit and that the camaraderie, how to help each other.
Yes. Very right. In fact, that is why one guy makes a flap, one guy does a screw up, the entire course is punished, so that you're together. You're helping each other, and ये नहीं कि आप अच्छे चल रहे हैं, साथ वाले को भी लेकर के चलना है. That's the entire concept of the army, sir. We need to take everybody. We need to, or special forces maybe we need to get everybody out. So सबको लेके चलना है, sir.
After that, Kaushal, आपका 3 जाट रेजिमेंट में आपने कमीशन हुआ, तो ये चॉइस था या यू वर कैजुअलिटी एंड देन फाइनली लैंडेड अप देयर?
I was I would say I was a casualty, sir. Um, I I used to be a die-hard Special Forces opti, sir,
Okay.
till NDA. But there is a story to it, in fact.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, sir. जब मैं एनडीए जा रहा था, माय पेरेंट्स वांटेड, मेरी मम्मी मेरे पापा सब जान डाई हार्ड टाइप की ये फौज ज्वाइन करे, तो दे वांटेड मी टू जॉइन द आर्मी, बट दे डिड नॉट वांट मी टू गो टू द फाइटिंग आर्म्स.
Yeah. Yeah.
एंड वो हमेशा वो चाहते थे कि ये, और दे हैड देयर एडवाइजर्स, तो उन्होंने उनको ये बता रखा था कि भैया आर्मी तो आजकल टेक टेक हेवी होता जा रहा है, सो दे शुड गो टू एडी. एयर डिफेंस हैज गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप, दे शुड गो टू सिग्नल्स एंड ऑल दैट,
हाँ.
तो दे डोंट हैव टू गो टू वॉर पीछे से. तो माय पेरेंट्स वर वेरी हैप्पी कि हाँ, आर्मी वाला वो यूनिफॉर्म सारे मजे करेगा और पीछे से दे विल प्रोबब्ली नॉट गो टू वॉर. So that's the environment everywhere. Matlab, you ask
Mindset.
any, all mothers, all parents, you can't
Yeah.
blame them. Everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe I did have a lot of fights. हमेशा से fights में रहे हैं. But when I was actually going to India, I was scared. Frankly, sir, that's why I wanted to go to Navy. कि Navy
Okay.
is not going to get into operations. Air Force तो फिर भी चलो कहीं ना कहीं फंस जाए, बट नेवी को कभी ऑपरेशंस नहीं करना पड़ेगा और आराम से खुशी खुशी लाइफ में हम रहेंगे करके ना सर. आई कुड नॉट कम टू टर्म्स विद द फैक्ट कि somebody is actually going to shoot at you.
Yeah.
मतलब उस समय इंसर्जेंसी वाज एट इट्स वर्स्ट. अपने वहां पे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में ऑप राइनो चल रहा था, जिसमें उल्फा के साथ में इंसर्जेंसी, यहाँ जेएनके में इंसर्जेंसी चल रहा था. आई जस्ट कुड नॉट कम टू, हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ किया, दे गो टू शूट, ट्राई एंड शूट एंड किल यू. तो डर लगता था सर उस समय. बट आई वाज इन हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग, एंड जब मैं एनडीए जाने के बाद आई रेड अ लॉट, एंड देन आई 2-3 incidents that I read about. First was how we got Kashmir back. You're already aware, sir, how
Baramulla incident.
the Baramulla incident, sir. 22nd of October, the Pakistanis raided with the Mujahids, and by 26th of October, they were close to 50 kilometers. They were in Baramulla, sir. Had they wanted on 26th of October, अगर वो रुकते नहीं, we would have never got Kashmir. It's there in this movie also. ये जो मानेकशॉ वाली है सर, कि had they not stopped, they stopped one night they wasted in Baramulla, sir, raping every woman that they could find, killing every man that they could. And that's because of one day we reached in time and we could save, we have Kashmir today. Same, sir. We look at Bangladesh, what happened to Bangladesh, and now even look at what Hamas has done, sir. यहाँ पे.
Yes. 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 Yes.
If you do not have a strong army, yes, if you do not have a strong army, if you do not have people, the good people, I'm not saying I'm very good, but if you do not have people who are willing to go and fight, sacrifice themselves, तो बात नहीं बनेगी सर. मतलब then the entire army is going to get relegated to people who are not willing to fight, who have been pushed into that environment, who are not willing to be there. So army has done an excellent thing. Now they have got into some quantification all where the fighting arms are being given preferences. I am not getting into that kind of an argument. I'm not for or it. But then yes, what has happened is a lot of people are volunteering to come and fight, which is required. You are in the army, you need to be in the fighting arms. And if everybody thinks like, sorry papa mummy, but if everybody starts thinking कि मुझे को तो पीछे रह करके वो करना है, it wouldn't. So I was pretty emotional, and with that too, sir, I opted. In fact, NDA में sir, I had a knee surgery. I was a diehard opti, but I had a knee surgery. I had a ligament tear. So I was not sure if I will be able to recover. And as special forces being the kind of probation that I was expecting, I was not sure I'll be able to make it in the probation. So that is why I had to change my wo, and I opted for Gurkhas. And I was very vocal about it. I was very vocal about it. Especially if you ask any of my coachmates, they would tell you ki how vocal I was about going to the Gurkhas. But 3GR I had opted. One of my instructors had even wrote to his colonel of the regiment trying to get me to his regiment. But somehow some mistake, and instead of 3 Gurkhas, I got 3 Jat.
Okay.
But again, God was kind, sir, because 3 has got the record of deepest penetration into Pakistan. It is one of the finest battalion. It is my loss again that I'm sorry I had to join the special forces. I was, it was in me, so I couldn't stay there very long. But that was the unit, sir, which has got deepest. They have caused. They have reached Batapur soup factory near Lahore, deepest penetration into Pakistan, sir. They have crossed the Ethiopian Canal twice. So, but then when I was, as I got commissioned, January, I joined the unit, and January itself, after about 20-25 days, we had to move to the Core Battle School, and in Core Battle School in crew, Colonel John Brito, again the legend, sir, of 9 Para SF, was there, and interacting with him, I realized कि भैया एक जिंदगी है, जो करना है कर लो, इसके बाद ये समय जो निकल गया, इसके बाद यू आर नॉट गोइंग बैक इन टाइम, आप वापस आकर के दोबारा अपनी जिंदगी नहीं जी सकते.
बिल्कुल सही बात.
एंड सेकंड थिंग, टेक ए ग्रास्प, ये जो लाइफ आपके हाथ में है ना सर, ये आपने खुद करना है. आई वाज फेस्ड विद अ ह्यूज डिसीजन. पहले तो कि वापस जाके यूनिट से अगर मैं अपना वॉलंटियर फॉर्म साइन करूं, इट हैज टू बी अप्रूव्ड बाय द कमांडर एंड द सीओ. सो पहले तो हमने सोचा कि वापस जाएंगे, सीओ को पटाएंगे, फिर वो साइन करेगा तब हम जाएंगे. फिर सोचा अगर सीओ मना कर देता है तो, he is a very fine gentleman, I no grudge against him or nothing, but आप समझ रहे, they were much fitter guys in my course जो अभी भी नहीं आ पाए, because they were of that opinion कि नहीं यार, CO is my boss, I will go back to my unit, I will sign the volunteer and I will come. I decided कि नहीं, I will not let anybody else. He may be a gentleman, he may be the best of the gentlemen, he may be my father, but my decisions, my life, I will take the decision. I will not be dependent on anybody else. And I signed it there.
No.
Within a month, I was called for for my probation, and अभी तक मैं सोचा था Mike Sqadron was worse, but then when it was probation, that nothing beats that, in fact, sir.
I know. So, Kaushal, here I would like to ask you an intermediate question. Is that so? You said John Brito, you met in that which school it was?
It was the Core Battle School cruise.
Okay, where it is?
Sir, that is somewhere close to Srinagar, sir. So whoever goes to 15 Core, the 15 Core Battle School is there in Crew, just slightly northeast of, if I'm, I could be wrong, it's slightly northeast of Srinagar. That's where they have a school, all the young officers and everybody inducting into 15 Core zone, they go there, they get trained.
And Colonel John Brito was the instructor there?
Colonel John Brito was the instructor, sir. There was another Colonel Krishnan from 10 Para SF. They were instructors. They were Colonel Mridul. He was from Siklai. And you really had to train under them to know. They were legends, no doubt, sir.
Yeah.
And in fact, my squadron commander in NDA, Colonel Panging, they have a huge role in, I mean, for someone like you, us, motivating us, sir.
Okay. So, any memory with because Colonel Brito is a legend in himself. Any memory with him when you were in the school or something?
Sir, he would actually take out a lot of time to interact with us. He showed us all the photographs of his operations, and we were completely floored and awed. Yes, sir. And I remember his sayings. These were teachings that he said, this is just one life. And the second thing was, if not every army man, every infantry man, every infantry officer that you come across at some point of time in his life, he is a special forces volunteer. Everyone who joins, he's at some point of time, he wants to join the special forces. The difference is between those who take that decision and those who do not.
Yeah.
So it's your choice, your life. Whether you want to
basically
take that decision,
the difference lies whether commitment or the interest.
Yes. Commitment or interest, it's in your hand. Yeah. How best you have been able to. Again, all the teachings from my seniors which have stayed with me, sir. This is Captain. I think, yeah, I'm sure I would hope that he's a Commodore now. Our instructor from NDA, Ramsey, sir. He was a lieutenant then. I'm sure he's a Commodore now, but Shishi Ramsey. He would say, ki, if you wanted something and you did not get it, you did not want it bad enough.
Yes, absolutely. Burning desire.
बिल्कुल सर, आप अगर कुछ चाहते हैं और आपको वो मिली नहीं, तो आपने उसको उस हिसाब से चाहा ही नहीं फिर।
या
अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मिलना है तो कोई मजा नहीं मिले।
दैट इज व्हाट वी गेट टू गेट द सक्सेस, डू कम व्हाट मे।
यस यस सर।
सो फिर यूनिट में सीओ ने कुछ थोड़ा बहुत अड़चन तो डाली होगी, बिकॉज मैंने जितने भी पैरा अफसर से बात किया है तो एट फर्स्ट स्टेंस दे ऑलवेज फील यार एक अच्छा अफसर जा रहा
यस यस, दे वे नहीं, सीओ ने अड़चन नहीं डाली।
है।
कर्नल बोधे इज अ ब्रिगेड, आई थिंक इज रिटायर्ड नाउ सर। कर्नल एस बी बोधे, सुनील, forgetting, I'm sorry, is my first
Yeah.
CEO. He was a thorough gentleman sir. He did get upset. सबसे
हाँ,
पहले थोड़ा तो डांटा कि यार पूछना तो चाहिए था। द टू आई सी हिज अगेन ब्रिगेडियर आर एन माथुर, ही काउंसल्ड मी कि कहाँ जा रहा है तू यार, यू डोंट नो डैम इट विच यूनिट यू हैव कम टू। एंड आई डोंट नो इफ आई शुड से दिस, Major, he's no more. He's a Kirti Chakra. We happened to have got the investiture together, where I was receiving the Shaurya Chakra, he was receiving the Kirti Chakra. Major
okay,
Shatrujit Kotwal. What a fine gentleman he was. He was an
okay,
instructor in the commando. He was a die-hard special forces volunteer.
okay.
उन्होंने भी मेरे को समझाया था काफी कि कश्यप मत जा यार, 20 ये 3 8 में अच्छा से करते हैं, हम साथ में रहेंगे, ये वो करके।
Oh,
रियली सैड सर।
yeah.
दे नो वन ट्राई टू अड़चन डालने की कोशिश नहीं की सर, बट दे ट्राई टू टेल मी कि मत जाओ, अच्छा है, और
Actually,
अच्छा है, कोई शक नहीं सर, कोई
every
शक
I see everybody wants a finest officer to be in their regiment because everybody love their unit or regiment.
नहीं सर।
That's true. That's true. So, Kaushal, so far so good. Finally, you landed up with the provision of the para. Acha, okay. So here the one point. So without recommendation of the CO, you could directly fill up and apply for the para. Is it that way?
सर technically, Colonel Brito, he was the commandant of Core Barrel School. He was our CO. We were attached to
Oh,
him, and that is when he
okay,
signed the volunteer.
okay, okay. Got the point.
So,
So when you finally joined 21 para for the probation, okay, how was the experience and the life? Because viewer would love, they always get so excited the life of the probation as such. You may like to share some incident or some how one can do better. And,
I don't want to scare them off, sir.
no point
But
scaring. It
then,
is the training. It is the training.
but all I would like to say is, जो डर जाते हैं ना सर
हाँ,
स्पेशल फोर्स के प्रोबेशन का कहानी सुन करके, वो स्पेशल फोर्सेस के लिए बने ही नहीं है।
हाँ, हाँ.
इफ समथिंग कैन स्केयर यू, कि मेरे को रात भर सोने नहीं देते, मेरे से किताबें लिखवाते हैं, मेरे से ये करते हैं, मेरे से वो करते हैं, किचन में डाल के रखते हैं, तो क्या हुआ? बॉडी जब तक खींच रही है चलते रहो,
Yes.
नहीं तो गिर जाओगे, फेंट हो जाओगे, मर भी नहीं जाओगे, कोई मरा ही नहीं है।
Yes. Yes.
So just let go. आपको जो बताया जाए आप सीरियसली उसको लीजिए। I mean that's my work. Before I come on to how bad it is, so that people don't get scared, because if you get scared कि और ऐसे कराते हैं, 40 दौड़ाते हैं, 100 किलोमीटर दौड़ाते हैं, कैसे ह्यूमनली पॉसिबल, वो भी 30 के जो उठा करके, ना 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 यार कैसे करूंगा मैं, नन्ही सी जान। फिर वो नन्ही सी जान तो अपना फौज के लिए ना स्पेशल फोर्सेस के लायक हैं। ठीक है, प्रोबेशन इज, आई वुड से इट इज टू थिंग्स। फर्स्ट इज टू सी वेयर यू ब्रेक, दे पुश यू, दे ट्राई एंड फाइंड यू कि इस आदमी का ब्रेकिंग पॉइंट क्या है, दे पुश यू टिल दैट, and if you don't break, then they start teaching you, because if you break, if there is a breaking point, if at all, if you break, so you are going to jeopardize complete आपका
Mission.
देश का प्लान।
Yeah.
स्पेशल फोर्सेस यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू ऑपरेट आउटसाइड, है क्या, आपने दुश्मन के एरिया में जाकर के, वेर यू आर सराउंडेड, जो नॉर्मल काम बाकी लोगों के करने के लिए डर जाते हैं, जो सोच नहीं सकते कि अच्छा ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, वो आपने जाकर के कराना है। आपने एनिमी के एरिया में जाकर के रहना है, तब तक रहना है जब तक आपका टास्क वो जो है, आप अगर पकड़े जाते हैं उसके बाद भी आपका भागना नहीं बनता, सबसे पहले आप सोचते हैं कि मैं क्या एग्जीक्यूट कर सकता हूँ। तो उसमें कुछ लोग पकड़े जाएंगे, और आप जब पकड़े जाते हो, आप में वो कट्टरपन है कि नहीं है। मतलब आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, टू एग्जीक्यूट अ मिशन यू मे हैव टू किल अ चाइल्ड, आर यू विलिंग टू डू दैट? यू लुक एट ऑल ऑफ दिस मूवीज, ब्रावो टू जीरो, लोन सर्वाइवर, सारे जो सरप्राइज लॉस होता है, आप स्पेशल फोर्सेस टीम अंदर है, बच्चा दिख गया, वो नहीं मार पा रहे, इट विल किल मी टू डू समथिंग ऑफ दैट काइंड। बट आपके देश की बात है, आपको अगर ऐसा कुछ करना पड़ता है तो यू हैव टू बी रेडी टू डू दैट। मतलब बिकॉज फर्स्ट थिंग, फॉर योर कंट्री, योर टास्क, योर मिशन।
मिशन, या
So you cannot jeopardize the mission. So anyone with a breaking point जो टूट जाता है, फिजिकल एक्सर्शन से टूट जाता है, मेंटल एक्सर्शन से टूट जाता है, सो यू नॉट, मतलब यू कैन नॉट। आप हो सकता है कि यू आर वेरी मोटिवेटेड, आप बिल्कुल बचपन से चाहते हो कि मैं स्पेशल फोर्सेस मरून बेरे ऐसे पहनूंगा, मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा, बट आप उसके लिए बने नहीं है। तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज, इन प्रोबेशन दे ट्राई एंड वीड आउट दैट कि कौन मूवी देख करके मोटिवेट
influencer.
होकर के आया है जिसके अंदर। So first thing is that, and once you generally stand out, you've been able to prove yourself. But proving continues. मतलब it continues once you got selected. They try and teach you,
Yeah.
because as I understand, special forces is combination of four things. It is exceptional manpower. The quality
Yes.
of manpower has to be the best, because वो ऐसा काम करने के लिए जा रहे हैं जिसके लिए अगर वो अपना पर्सनल डर या पर्सनल फैमिली या पर्सनल कुछ भी इधर उधर सोचने लगता है, तो ही विल जस्ट से नो कि इससे पागल हो क्या, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता। यू डोंट वांट पीपल लाइक दैट। सेकंड इज ट्रेनिंग। वंस यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ पीपल, देन यू स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग। थर्ड इज प्रोवाइड देम ऑल टाइप ऑफ इक्विपमेंट, एंड फोर्थ एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज उसको आप टास्क कैसे देते हैं, विच most of it is more at senior level, and then of course our understanding as well. So yes sir, probation mein, if I the worst thing was you sleep deprived.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maximum you have to be lucky to get 2.5 to 3 hours of sleep, and it continues. I was very lucky, मैं north east का था sir. Our unit then was kind of a struggling unit. We were converted from an infantry to a special forces unit. Shouldn't be saying, but then the existing special forces fraternity did not want an infantry unit to come and start becoming special forces. तो काफी वो होता था, and of course it's a new unit. किसी भी नई यूनिट में नए टास्क, नए रोल में आपको प्रॉब्लम्स होती है. वी ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आवर फीट, एंड लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रगल. सो उस दौरान that is when we joined, and we were very lucky that our batches, by the time we were somewhere around the mid service, 21 para actually emerged as one of the best units. Matlab, I have no hesitation in saying that, and you ask anyone, they'll tell you 21 para is one of the finest units that is there, sir. So
So,
yeah, sorry.
in fact, if I summarize that, what training you mentioned about the para, what they are looking for, a titanium mindset, not even a steel mindset, titanium mindset, which can never break.
Yes sir. I remember मेरा NDA में sir, I was a poor swimmer. I just could not swim. पहला टेस्ट में आई फेल्ड, एंड देन आई सॉ माइक स्क्वाड्रन के अंदर फेलिंग का क्या मतलब होता है, नतीजा होता है. सेकंड वाले में सर ज्यादा नहीं था, करीब 20-25 मीटर्स होंगे शायद. एंड सेकंड वाले में आई डिसाइडेड कि मैं हाथ पांव मारता रहूंगा. सिखाया तो कुछ नहीं था सर, हाथ पांव मारता रहूंगा, इधर मैं वहां पहुंचूंगा या मैं मर जाऊंगा, लेकिन आई विल नॉट गिव अप. somehow I'm fortunate sir, मैं पहुंच गया वहां इससे पहले कि मैं मर जाता. I was completely on willpower. So it
Yes.
is like that. You just keep swimming, you just keep moving your hands and feet, and you don't give up. Till the time you don't give up, you are there.
You are the winner. You are the winner.
You are the winner. बाकी उनके हाथ में ऐसा not always, कभी होता है किसी से पंगे हो गए, कभी कुछ से कुछ हो गया, you have not been selected. That's okay. But the first
Yeah.
thing is you should not give up.
Yeah.
And second
Yeah.
thing, again, most important is एक गाइल होती है सर, which has been, if you look at the qualities that a special forces operative need to have, one is very important is guile. Guile is थोड़ा सा बदमाशी आना चाहिए.
Oh, okay.
अगर आप में बदमाशी नहीं आता है, आप दुश्मन के एरिया में अगर आप कहीं फंस जाते हो, आप वहां से निकल नहीं पाओगे. जो मैं आपको कह रहा था कि यू हैव टू
Yeah.
kill an innocent, you may have to kill an innocent. Not just that, you have to be smart enough to get, ये इंडिया अच्छा सिखाती है सर. So you have to be smart enough to get out no matter what.
Yeah.
So there are times जैसे कि प्रोबेशन के दौरान मुझे बताया गया कि आप सबको जय हिंद बोलोगे, जवान को भी, जवान से लेके सबको आप जय हिंद बोलोगे, विश करोगे, और सबको आप सुबह उठ करके चाय पिलाओगे. ऐसे ही आपको सोने कब मिल रहा है. बट देन आई टुक इट सीरियसली. मैंने डिसाइड किया था अपने माइंड में कि नो मैटर व्हाट आई विल गेट सिलेक्टेड इन स्पेशल फोर्सेस. मैं हारूंगा नहीं, मैं यहाँ से जाऊंगा नहीं. नो मैटर व्हाट. मैं सबको चाय पिलाता था सुबह जल्दी उठ करके, सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर, सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर, सारे जवानों को, एंड दे लव मी फॉर दैट. पीटी करते हुए जाता था, वो बेचारा सफाई वाला सफाई कर रहा होता था, मैं वहां के जय हिंद सर, मैं मदद कर दूं सर. मैं सबको एक साथ. And when they later took a feedback, they take a feedback from everybody. They take a feedback from people. They are staying there in the lines. I'm sure everybody said very nice about me, and it helped me. I was doing okay. I was doing pretty okay. I think I was good in fooling people, maybe. So I was doing pretty okay, sir. And suddenly I was moved to the group ahead of me. एक महीना का वो चल रहा था सर. तो मेरे पीछे वाले ग्रुप के साथ मुझे आगे वाले ग्रुप के साथ कुछ दिन के लिए मैच करा दिया गया कि आप इसके साथ they are going for the camp. And during probation I was out on operations always. मतलब मेरा उसमें थोड़ा सा प्रोबेशन में रिलीफ हो जाता था, because I was a local in that area, so I would go out for operations, covert operations. Nobody else could do that because being a local and an officer there. And as I mentioned, we were a struggling unit. And I had just come back from an operation, and I was told that next day you're going out for a camp. And I was not prepared for a camp. I did not have those kind of rucksacks, everything that was required. And that's when I realized, ये जो जवानों को मैं गुड मॉर्निंग सर बोल करके चाय पिलाता था, everyone got together at 2 o'clock at night and gave me whatever I needed. The morning I was there on time, completely geared up, ready for a camp.
इनफैक्ट कौशल, आपने जो एक बात यहाँ कही कि आपसे ट्राई करते रहिए एंड यू विल मेक इट. सो देयर इज वन सेइंग इन दैट ना कि अनलेस यू क्विट यू डोंट फेल.
Oh yes, yes.
Or you don't fail unless you quit.
You don't fail unless. बिल्कुल सर.
इसमें एक और मुझे याद आ रहा है कि मैंने कहीं पढ़ा आपका कि during this probation only you got a first gunshot. What was that?
I'll not go into too much of detail in that, sir, because it's a confidential वो है, but it should suffice to say I made a lot of mistakes. I consider myself lucky कि मैं प्रोबेशन के दौरान ही वो गलती कर पाया था. जितनी आप गलतियां लिस्ट कर सकते हैं एक कागज पे सर, वो सारी गलतियां मैंने की थी. आई वॉज ओवर एक्जुबरेंट. आई वॉज पासिंग इंस्ट्रक्शन. एक लाइव ऑपरेशन में सर पहली बार मुझे भी थोड़ा सा मिलिटेंट दिखा था, एंड आई वॉज इन वन मैनर कमांडिंग वो छोटा सा टुकड़ा, एंड इट वॉज ए कोवर्ट काइंड ऑफ एन ऑपरेशन. वी वर ऑल, आई वॉज डूइंग एवरीथिंग दैट कुड हैव बीन रॉन्ग. मैं अकेला निकल पा रहा था सर, 2 आदमी लेकर के, एंड rest is history. I consider it was the biggest learning thing that happened to me, and especially what happened, it was during probation. Uske baad se I was careful, I was much matured, and had it not happened, I would have not survived 3 years in the special forces. I was very lucky in that manner, sir.
And is that incident or the operation was the one where you were finally awarded the Shaurya Chakra, or different?
No. That was a black kind of an operation, sir. Not black. That was kind of a operation which because I made so many mistakes. We had to draw. We drew a lot of flag for that. People weren't very happy, sir. Things happen when you're young, you're exuberant, you make mistakes. गलतियां हो जाती है, sir.
No, but unless you make a mistake, you don't learn also, no?
Sir, but very rightly एक बार I would like to believe so. Colonel Sangwan, he was the twice of our unit when that unit was raised. I met him. He was commandant AATS. उनसे जब मैं मिला, उन्होंने पूरी बात मेरी सुनी. फिर he told me कि कश्यप, you know why you survived with a knee injury like that? 4 हड्डियों के बीच में से मेरी गोली निकल गई थी सर. वहां पे 2 आर्टरीज होते हैं. अगर वो आर्टरीज कट जाए तो अगर डॉक्टर वहां प्रेजेंट भी है, he cannot save you. So he saw this, and then he said, you know, Kashyap, why you survived that day? Nothing happened to you, and you are fit, and you have come here for para jumps. I had come for para jumps, but because there was no, though wrong in your mind. You were not trying to do something गलत काम करके. You could have just killed people and shown, and that probably would have got a Sena medal also उस दिन. But आप गलत काम नहीं कर रहे थे, इसीलिए भगवान ने आपको बचाया. I seriously feel, sir, and I remember very distinctly, and I can relate to that. I keep telling people कि अगर आपके दिमाग में गलत नहीं है, आप गलत कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, तो God is going to protect you.
Universe always help the
Yes.
when your thoughts are good. There is no doubt in that. Kaushal, I'll just take 5 seconds to switch off the fan.
Please,
Just
sir.
5 seconds.
Sir.
In fact, it is cold and fan was getting this. So that's true. That's true that so long as your intentions are correct, even universe comes and help you.
Experience that, sir, firsthand.
Yes. And in fact, I have interacted with many para officers. The first interaction or first combat operation, everyone has accepted that they did some or other in the exuberance. Even as a young officer, you go to the unity, learn by committing some mistake or other.
Yes,
that is the process of learning. That is the process of. In fact, that what you call it, the failure is the first step toward the success.
Failure is the biggest tutor. I was about to say that.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why failure is not a failure, sir, because it has given you lessons.
Yeah, it's not a failure. It's the first step toward the success.
Yes.
But I believe that you became a medical category and then you got yourself upgraded, and that was a story by itself. Would you like to share something?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am all special forces guys are supposed to be a little crazy. So I am also a little crazy in that respect, sir. मुझे बताया डॉक्टर ने कि आप only way to get better is you do quadricep exercises.
Okay.
And आप मानोगे नहीं, sir. Every hour, every minute that I was awake, I was doing quadricep exercises for the next 3 to 4 months. And ऐसे इस हद से मतलब my knee just got okay, sir.
Oh.
In fact, जब पहले दिन जब the plaster was taken off, my thighs are pretty solid, मतलब.
Yeah.
And when the cast was taken off, it was like this, sir. मैंने देखा इतना बड़ा नी हो रखा है, and पूरा लेग ऐसा है और पूरा नीचे मांस लटकता हुआ. Because 3-4 months the leg was completely immobilized, entire mass नीचे लटकता हुआ, completely muscle based. I thought, my goodness, the entire time मेरे दिमाग में ये था कि मैं probation fail हो जाऊंगा, क्योंकि मैं तो ऑपरेशन में हो गया. I was lucky कि मैं 40 किलोमीटर जो तब वो होता था, I had already qualified that, but it was in my mind, how am I going to recover this? And मैं पागलों की तरह से उसके बाद I got into quadriceps exercise every waking hour. I was doing that. And so when I was due for review, पहला review, sir, I was A3 category. A3 say you come on to A2, you get about 6 months, and then you come on to A1 if you're fit. तो I walked up to the doctor. I was fit. मैं तो उससे पहले दौड़ना, उससे पहले I was even doing operations. I was out, तब वो कुछ और ऑपरेशन चल रहे थे. I was busy there. So I came back. मैंने डॉक्टर के पास चुपचाप सर लाइन पे लगा था, बुलाया गया नाम. I went, kept the file, and I started doing knee to chest.
अच्छा.
पूरा, no sir, and doctor, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. I did not stop. I would have pulled off at least 5 to 6 of them. What are you doing? What are you doing? मैं बोला, sir, this is my file. I was a gunshot wound. You see, I have fit, sir. मेरे से ज़्यादा fit इनमें से आप किसी को दिखा दो. And he said, just sit down. He went to the registrar and all, इधर-उधर करके आया, and within 1 week I was shape 1, sir. And I was back in my unit. So
oh my God. That is what's the burning desire of serving your unit or serving your achieving your goals.
I had opted for special forces, just thinking, sir, operations करूँगा, मजा आएगा, मतलब you have that kind of a वो कि करना है. और जाकर के वहां पे आप कैटेगरी हो गए, आप चोट लग करके बैठे हुए, इट्स लाइक आप क्रिकेट खेलने गए तो आप बाहर 12th मैन हो गए। तो
हाँ,
so I couldn't take that. I somehow I was lucky. Again, God has been kind, sir.
that
So
is what you said, madness in the para special forces also.
madness has to be there, sir. In fact, ये विंस्टन चर्चिल का वो है, मतलब he was one of the that we believe. Otherwise, उससे पहले भी बहुत सारे German special forces and all were there. So Winston Churchill did say कि mad men have got a place in war. जो वो
Yeah.
कर सकते हैं वो बाकी लोग नहीं कर सकते. That was the concept that led to the special forces, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
You need madmen.
So finally, मतलब, despite having that injury not fully healed up, you got yourself category A1, and
No, I was completely healed up before time, sir. I pushed myself to heal.
oh yeah, yeah. And again, आपने फिर ऑपरेशन फिर शुरू कर दी.
हाँ sir, immediately. In fact, before that, I was out. The first chief of army staff commendation that I got, I was operating completely उसमें sir. I was completely, मतलब I had two teams. एक को लेके जाता था ऑपरेशन, वापस आके उनको रेस्ट देता था, मैं दूसरे के साथ निकल जाता था. I couldn't wait. I just could not wait. मतलब उस समय that is when the Bhutan operations were happening, and you had to, in 1 month's time, sir, I got about 12-13 surrenders. Again, 15-16 apprehendees. And on the 26th of January, we got an IED, we got a weapon, we got a pistol, we got an AK, we got a pistol, and all in 1 month's time.
Yeah, in fact, that was my next question. So, what was this Bhutan Ulfa operation? You may let it throw a little more light on this.
Sir, without going into too much of detail,
Yeah.
it was to do with when the flushing out of Ulfa was happening. And
why Bhutan? Why Bhutan operation?
so the Ulfa hierarchy was all settled in Bhutan lands.
Okay, okay.
If you remember, it was sometime around 2004. The entire hierarchy was settled there. They had huge camps, and from there they would come and attack targets in all along Assam, and would go back, sir. So Bhutan took on themselves to conduct an operation, and they flushed out all of these. So this is the time we were all waiting niche and doing our operations, laying in ambushes and collecting, gaining information. A lot of people came there, and that was good, sir.
Okay.
We did some crazy kind of operations there, sir.
Okay. I know that where you had 13 apprehension, 15 surrenders, and most of ammunition, weapons, and IDs and all.
Again, just been lucky, sir. मैं कहा कुछ करते रहो तो हो जाता है, sir. Success. And
so this Shaurya Chakra was not even in part of this. It was during the NSG.
No, not NSG. I came here for command, sir. NSG, sir. Trust me, I commanded for almost 4 years, and all this time I kept praying for an operation. कि कोई तो militant कुछ करो, एक hijack करो यार. किसने किया ही नहीं, sir. I kept waiting, seriously. 18 hours a day you are training for a hijack, और इनसे हो ही नहीं रहा hijack. कुछ तो कर लो यार. I should be saying that, but again, yeah, that's on the lighter side. So energy, nothing happened.
Can you mention about that? When did you got to Shaurya Chakra? What was that operation like? What was that incident for which you got this?
Sir, I'll not go into too much of details, sir, but I'll give you broadly. That was some area where the Bihari community was being targeted.
Okay.
उस समय by one of the terrorist organization, they were targeting specifically the Biharis को निकाल के मार रहे थे, and that is when our team was deployed somewhere else in different state, and रातों रात we were moved कि आप आइए यहाँ पे move कीजिए and sort out this, and we went there. Within 10 days we got a kill, जिसमें मैं बिल्कुल like a student, I had gone inside. They were in safe havens in a different state they were staying, और ऑपरेशन करने के लिए कहीं और आते थे, वहां पे AFSPA भी नहीं था, so they would come down and operate and then go back. And I looked like a kid then, like a student, so I would just go around being a student dressed in their locals and gain information बात करके. So I came to know ऐसे करके यहाँ पे है. We came back, we launched an operation, we got success, and within another month or so we could get good success again, sir, without getting into too much of detail. But interesting thing about this was उस एरिया में से वी रियलाइज एनी टाइम वी वुड गो, पहले जब हम जाने लगे तो दिस पीपल वुड गेट टू नो कि आर्मी इज हियर. दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द फुटप्रिंट्स. बारिश इतनी ज्यादा होती है एंड आपके शू के प्रिंट से, एंड दे आर ऑल शिकारीज. ऑल शिकारीज वो आपके फुटप्रिंट से देख करके बता देते हैं कि भैया ये कोई गया है यहाँ. सो पहले हमने क्या ट्राई किया, वी स्टार्टेड वेयरिंग सिविल सॉक्स और सिविल शूज. अब सिविल शूज भी सर 6-7 आदमी अगर निकलते हैं, सिविलियंस वॉक इन वंस और टूज, कौन 6-7 आदमी ग्रुप बना करके जाता है. तो दे सी 6 पीपल वॉकिंग, दे नो ये फौजी गए हैं. सो मैंने कहा हम नंगे पहुंच जाएंगे, वी विल नॉट वेयर शूज. आई वाज लाफ्ड एट, बोला कि ये क्या बात कर सर, वी कैरी, मैं बोला लोगों ने सर वी कैरी 30 केजीज और आप नंगे पांव कैसे जाने की बातें करो. मैंने कहा नथिंग डूइंग, लेट्स ट्राई. The team commander was Brigadier Yogesh Sharma. Again, an exceptional, so very professional and proficient gentleman. A lot of respect for him. He agreed. उन्होंने बोला बिल्कुल कश्यप सही कह रहा है, let's do this. And for good about a month, जो मैंने आपको बोला एक महीना we practiced to tone up, because फौजी का लोग कहते हैं कि फौजी के टांगे बड़ी सॉफ्ट होती हैं, because whole day you don't even take off your shoes. तो वी प्रैक्टिस्ड वहां पे. सीनियर ऑफिसर्स भी आते थे, वी वुड जस्ट ग्रीट देम नंगे पांव. सुबह पीटी करने के लिए हम रोड पे जाते थे नंगे पांव. एंड व्हेन दिस ऑपरेशन हैपेंड वी वेंट नंगे पांव. गुड अबाउट 6-7 days and the entire jungle was burnt. We had a source and this was completely general information कि ऐसे करके जाते हैं, वहां पे कोई नहीं जाता, तो वहां मिलिटेंट्स ओपनली घूमते हैं. मैंने कहा अच्छा पक्का कह रहा ओपनली घूमते हैं? हाँ सर ओपनली घूमते हैं. मैंने कहा चलो. We went there. The entire jungle was burnt. Now a burnt jungle, somebody who has been there 10 times also, he will not be able to figure out what is happening, क्योंकि पूरा जला हुआ है मतलब. एंड अब जले हुए में क्या है कि यू आर एक्सपोज, जंगल तो है नहीं, वो ठुंड गिरे हुए इधर उधर पूरे काले से, दूर से यू कैन बी स्पॉटेड. तो हम स्कर्ट करते 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 धीरे 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 जा रहे थे. एंड दिस गाय वाज लॉस्ट बिकॉज जंगल तो जल गया जो वो जंगल जानता था. तो अब जले हुए जंगल में ही वाज जस्ट अनेबल टू. बट उसके बातों से वी केप्ट गोइंग. और मेरे कुछ जो नीचे मेरे वो आए थे, दे केम कि साहब मारा उसको टाप, इसको कुछ नहीं आता है साहब, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ थक गए, चलो वापस साहब, खाना खत्म हो गया चलो वापस. मेरे को नहीं साहब आ गए हैं, लेट्स गो, लेट्स ट्राई, विल नॉट गिव अप. आ गए हैं, वापस जाके क्या करोगे. वी केप्ट गोइंग and the 5th or the 6th day we got success. In a place where nobody had gone. And so what I would like to say is yahi hai, when you go beyond where people have gone, your chances of success
more
increases.
Yes.
So you have to do something different. Otherwise, yeah. I seriously feel there was another incident again. This was again, I'll not mention the state and all. We had to cross a huge river. And जब ये river cross कर रहे थे तो मतलब again militants would roam freely, क्योंकि वो अंदर वहां पे वो river, huge river cross करके आर्मी जाती है, तो you take ferries. So when you take ferries, everybody, those guys have got informers at those places. So पहले हो जाता था. सो मेरे को आइडिया है कि हम फेरी के बिना कैसे जा सकते हैं. जेमिनीज एंड ऑल, जेमिनीज रिवर करंट में यू कैन गो अप डाउन, यू हैव टू स्विच ऑन द ओबीएम, आवाज करता है. सो वी हैड कयाक्स. सो आई हैड रेड कि फॉकलैंड वॉर में एसएएस हैड यूज्ड कयाक्स. सो मैंने कहा कयाक्स, बोला कि पागल हो आप, यहाँ पे अंडर करंट इतना ज्यादा है, इट्स सच ए वो, यू कांट यूज कयाक्स, मतलब देयर इज नो वे. बट देन वी फिगर्ड आउट समथिंग. हमने 2 कयाक्स को ज्वाइन कर दिया, और ज्वाइन करके अब one you topple one, the other would balance it out, and then we separated it so that the wind the flow from within, we went to actual places and we experimented and it worked. So another operation.
So for my information, I accept that. What is this kayak means?
It's a small boat. It's kayaks are generally used Greenland, Iceland में सर आजकल वो kayaking वगैरह होती है. The small narrow boat where one guy or maximum 2 people can sit.
Okay. Kayaking, that even I think Olympic sports is also there.
Yes. That's the one. Okay. So उसमें we crossed over, and pitch dark night में without rope, we stayed for about 7-8 days. My team was moving out somewhere, and everybody was, Diwali का था सर, same. That year Diwali was there and everybody was, sir कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे, कुछ नहीं है, चलते हैं वापस सर, चलते हैं वापस. हो गया सर, 8 दिन हो गए चलते चलते, मैं कहा नहीं, we will not give up. And finally, we were again lucky, sir. We hit jackpot on the 9th day. So I think it's perseverance.
When you go the extra mile, you always achieve the success.
When everybody is telling you don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, और आप फिर भी करते हो. My mother is going to be angry when she hears this.
Like in the team, at least if there are 5-6 people are there, so that kayak you must have 2-3 of them to go take the entire team together.
We had 3 of them, sir, and we carried them on our shoulders.
Yeah. Okay.
We went there, we carried them on our shoulder, we found good places, we dug in, we hit that, we covered it up, and the area was completely open, barren. Barren, वहाँ पे जंगल नहीं होते थे. So you could not be out in the open. We had to conceal the kayaks, we had to conceal ourselves, we dig in heights, we stayed inside, we made periscopes कि अंदर से बाहर हम कैसे देख सकते हैं. I will not go into the complete वो sir.
Got it.
Yeah, again, if you talk about special forces, it all goes into how deliberately, how detailed planning you can do. That helps. If you miss out on the planning part, you go there and you realize and everybody's there seeing you. Jai Hind sir, good morning sir. So फिर everybody knows you are there. So
yes. What an exciting. In fact, बहुत सारे मैसेजेस हैं. कौशल, मैं आपको कुछ बता दो. पहली बात तो सबने जय हिंद बोला है आपके लिए. Everybody has said there are hundreds of messages. Okay.
Sir.
एक दो मैं देखता हूँ. जय हिंद सर, जय हिंद सर, जय हिंद सर. Then ask Kashyap sir about pull-ups and 200 kilometer in 52. So what is that? 52 said. Then one has said, hi Colonel, Jai Hind, Jai Hind. And somebody has said, Jai Hind sir, do leukoderma patient skin problem can join Indian Army? He's asking. I don't think.
I don't think so, sir.
With any disease, one can join. I don't.
Sir? Yeah, you have to be shape 1. You have to be.
Leukoderma one can join. I don't think.
Sir? No, I don't think so. I don't think. It's better to check up with someone. I'm really sorry. I'm not in that line.
I can say probably it's not possible.
It's not.
Yeah. See, the one gentleman has asked, it is a compliment to you, Kaushal. It says that your rank doesn't suit your youthfulness, sir. How you could be a colonel? Means you look so young.
No, it's not like that. So इससे पहले जो वो 200 किलोमीटर का बोला, I try and keep myself fit, sir. I work hard. So you have to. So. Yeah.
You have to keep working on yourself.
You have to keep working on yourself, sir. और नहीं तो बुढ़ा हो जाएंगे.
Yes, I agree. Then somebody is asking, sir, ask him about Brigadier Bhupesh Hada. Anything you would like to say?
Yes, he's a role model, sir. What a fine gentleman he is. It was my singular honor, sir, to have served under him when he was in NSG. He was the force commander here, sir. Okay. He's royal, sir. He's a different league. You interact with him, उनकी thought, उनकी सोच ही अलग है, sir. वो मतलब it's a different level altogether. It's not
again a special forces officer.
Yes. He's from the 10 para, sir. He's a Royal 10 para special forces, sir. And what a fine gentleman he is.
Dad is still serving.
He's serving, sir. He's serving, sir. And he's Raja of Bundi, sir.
Oh, okay.
He is, yes.
Okay. Then ये कोई अग्निवीर बोल रहा है कि साहब को मेरा जय हिंद बोल देना जरूर. भैया आपको जय हिंद बोला है.
जय हिंद.
Sir, ask him about his experience in Assam and any stories with Ulfa. अभी बता दिया आपको, वही स्टोरी बता रहे थे वो. And somebody has said, ask him about Major Jacob. Any interaction with Jacob?
Jacob is one of my closest friends, sir. Closest friend and buddies. What a fine guy. Again, he is completely spiritual, sir. He's a spiritual soldier.
I haven't proved.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, I've seen that, sir. Yes.
Fantastic. What a thought. Fantastic. What a thought he has got.
Completely a soldier, sir.
Yeah,
he can. If I have to go to war, I'll never hesitate twice, even think twice before picking him up.
That is true. What a soul!
He's a warrior. He's a warrior to the true word, sir. Yes.
Yes. Then combat experience he has already told. Gentleman, he's talking about the combat experience only. 21 पैरा में मीन बहादुर सर का साथ सर्व किया होगा आपने. हाँ, मीन बहादुर has been with you sometime.
Yes, sir. Mean Bahadur was my own team.
Oh.
You don't get a better guy than Mean Bahadur, sir.
Yeah. I have interviewed him also.
You yes, sir. Mean Bahadur, हम मिलिटेंट्स मारने के लिए नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जाते थे सर. वो इनफैक्ट उससे पहले व्हेन आई वाज इन 3 तो किसी ने बोला था, मैं बोला ठंड है, तो किसी ने बोला वहां पे एक जेसीओ ने कि साहब यहाँ तो सिर्फ ठंड है, आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जाओगे तो देखना ठंड, लीच, जंगल इतने गंदे, मच्छर मक्खी दमडिम, मतलब भूत बन जाएगा. एंड सर वो 3 महीने के बाद थ्रू आउट माई लाइफ आई हैव बीन देयर. अब उस जंगल कीचड़ उसके अंदर हम पहाड़ चढ़ते थे ऐसे अपनी राइफल लेकर के, हमारी लगी रहती थी सर विद दैट पिट्ठू एंड ऑल दैट. एंड जब नहीं चला जाता था तो मीन बहादुर वुड बी कैरिंग अ 16 kgs का रॉकेट लॉन्चर. वो साइड से ऐसे चढ़ेगा और फिर हाथ देगा कि साहब आ जाओ. He was like that. What a stud, sir. Completely raw power he has.
And he's still like that.
He is like that. I was with मैं Jacob और Mean के साथ I was part of their Soul of Steel campaign जो इन्होंने चलाया था.
Okay.
They trained couple of they selected the best of the lot and then they trained them into mountaineering. I was there part of that.
Fantastic. That is a good news. Thank you.
Sir.
Good news. Yeah. I'm aware of Claw and the Soul of Steel.
Yes.
कभी मिलके करेंगे फिर, मतलब
जरूर
जैकब को भी साथ में लाके then we'll have it together. Okay. Then combat experience is already shared. किसी ने लिखा है, देखिए वानी करके, कर्नल कौशल कश्यप बहुत ही अच्छे और ईमानदार ऑफिसर थे, भगवान इनको हमेशा खुश रखे. This is the wishes to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. I was very ruthless again, sir, especially जब मैं एनर्जी में था. I was very ruthless. I hope one of them doesn't वो बोले भूत बना के रखा था इन्होंने हमें. I had to. Energy was very different. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one more gentleman has asked कि आपने कभी ग्रेट ब्रिगेडियर सौरभ सिंह शेखावत के साथ काम किया है?
सर शेखावत सर मेरे गुरु हैं सर.
Okay.
I have very closely operated with him. I was his team commander.
Okay.
I would say I was one of his star team commanders. He was a commanding officer then, sir.
Okay.
And वो आदमी आप अगर काटेंगे तो लाल खून नहीं निकलेगा, उनका हरा खून निकलेगा सर. वो इतने देशभक्त हैं. उनके and the kind of passion to he can bulldoze his way and get you anything. What he has done in the unit, what he has done even यहाँ पे, he's got a first wind tunnel, which was a project that even जो unit है जो installation सिर्फ parachute training कराती थी, they had also not been able to do that. वो एक sideline organization में जा करके वहाँ पे he moved the earth, he moved the heaven, and he managed a wind tunnel. मतलब that guy has got some thoughts, sir. He can move anything. He can get you. आप अगर कुछ भी बोले सर.
That is what
Shaurya Chakra
special officer means.
आज तक sir, I'm sure he will gain much more than that. It doesn't come easy, sir. And it is not about that. You speak to him about anything. He's so knowledgeable. He reads so many books. The kind of knowledge he has is immense.
Yeah. Somebody has asked, even this one is, he has asked Major Rohit Lingwal. Another has asked for Colonel Santosh Mahadik, and of course, my God.
Well, Santosh Mahadik again, sir.
Yeah.
I would not say was. He still is again one of my gurus. Sir. He was my team commander as well.
Okay.
And what a fine gentleman he was, sir. जैसे स्पेशल फोर्सेस सोल्जर होना चाहिए सर, बिल्कुल वैसे थे.
Okay.
मतलब
he was also 21 para type.
He was from 21 para. So say he was commanding one of the RR battalions when we lost him. But then such a sincere. I stayed with him so many times. We have done so many operations together again, sir. What a
Yeah.
fine man he is, sir. My heart bleeds whenever I think of that, sir. What a loss to the army, what a loss to everyone, sir.
Acha, loss this.
He's no more. He's no more, sir.
Okay, okay.
And
Colonel
Madik.
Madik. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And the major, this Ling, क्या word was in it?
Deswal.
नहीं, Lingwal. Rohit Lingwal. Any idea?
I am sorry, sir. I don't know Major Rohit
Okay.
Lingwal. I know
Okay.
Colonel Vijender Lingwal again. He is from 7 Para. Again, they're all talking about legends. They're all such great
Yeah,
people.
naturally. They all know. In fact,
Yes.
sometimes I find these people, हमारे जो viewers हैं, they know much more than what we know. In fact.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, एक ये बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, रेनू ने पूछा है. I want to know how to build self-control from Colonel Kashyap, sir. Because in probation, people suffering, and when there are thoughts like quitting, how to say that rising voice in you that I shall never give up. Good question. She has asked that when you feel like quitting, how do you control that?
It's very difficult to say, sir. You know what, sir? I'm forgetting the exact word. I'll give an example.
Yeah. You
I'm
can.
forgetting the exact. I read it. I'm forgetting the gentleman's name. But when Mexico was being discovered, that is the time the gentleman had gone from Spain, and वो ships लेकर के वहाँ पे गए थे, and they were into controlling the entire area. So Herman Cortes was. So he's the one who's known for getting entire Mexico. So वहाँ पे gold वगैरह होता था, तो they were into fighting the local tribals or and this guy had broken away from the Spain का main governor से, and वो अलग से अपने उसमें कर रहा था, and he was looting, capturing, and he was controlling the entire area. So it happens when you are into so much of fighting, and you know this man's greed. उसके वजह से आप और gold वो कर रहे हो, and you are feeding him, and even the governor is not for you. So there was a lot of restlessness amongst the people. They got into a revolt, and he knew there's a revolt that is coming up. There's revolt brewing. His own troops, the army that he had, they are against him, and they all want to go back. So that is the time, so what he did? Can you imagine? He burnt his ships.
Oh.
He burnt the ships. बोला आप जाओ, जाके दिखाओ. अब कोई जा ही नहीं सकता. You are pushed to the wall. You are cornered.
Yeah.
अब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. You have to survive in a hostile environment. You have to survive. So you have to live. You have to fight. और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं बचा आपके पास.
Yeah.
आप समझ रहे सर? And today we know him. That is what I am going to tell you कि leave no options. पीछे कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. ये आप किसी को कुछ नहीं बता सकते. मैं आपको कुछ नहीं खिला सकता. मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ, मैं जो भी कहानी, मेरे से बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं आपको बताने के लिए. कोई कहानी कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. आपको एक चीज का पता होना है कि आपने खुद करना है जो करना है.
Yes.
You decide I will not quit. क्या होगा? मर जाऊंगा. नहीं करूंगा क्विट. नहीं करोगे क्विट.
That is the worst thing which can happen. Yes.
कोई सर आपके लिए ये, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I have not seen whoever has asked this question. My advice to you is take one decision कि I will not quit.
Yes.
And
Got it.
It's very simple.
Colonel Kaushal, there is someone probably who knows you, Lorinda Khirmujat.
Yes. She's from our school. In our entire school, we had 2 to 3 girls, and she was one of them. She's a very close friend. Yes, it's a very close friend.
She has written, you are a jolly boy since school, always with a smile and a humble person. You inspire me and my children to stay the same and keep smiling. Lots of love and best wishes. Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Lorinda. Thank you.
Yeah. Then somebody has combat experience, so he has already mentioned gentleman. And okay. Mayuri has said, Colonel Kaushal, charismatic leader and edifice of all the attributes of a true leadership. Fantastic.
She's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Not I mean, she is wife of Major Gaurav Saini, and we have kind of adopted them.
Okay. 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 Mayuri Sani, she has written.
Yes, she's a microbiologist. She's doing very well. She's into
Okay.
research. Yes.
Okay. Okay. In fact, one thing which I see that, Kaushal, is that, uh, uh, ladies and gentlemen, you written so many queries and questions. So, excuse me because I have to continue further. I've taken enough, and anything is specific, if time permits, I'll take it again. So, you being from that eastern state, especially from Arunachal Pradesh, I think that somewhere helped you in your operation part. Like, you know the ground, you know that how people perceive, and like you started barefoot thing because you understand that how they identify. वो कहीं ना कहीं आपको पक्का हेल्प किया इसमें, और आपकी looks also, looks and your personality, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, things that my father taught, कि लीचेस इज a big problem. मतलब पहले ऑपरेशन गया सर, एक टांग से मेरी 14 लीच निकाल करके, और कर्नल टीजे सिंह शौर्य चक्रा बार, ही वाज द टीम कमांडर, ही वुडंट स्टॉप. मैं तो एक फटाफट निकाल के फिर वो मूव करते हैं फिर दूसरे वाले में. सो यू गेट यूज्ड टू इट. आई इट वुड पेन मी कि कैसे इतने 15 लीच, मतलब लीचेस, यू नो लीचेस सर. Those who do not know, it's a very sticky and very disgusting kind of a thing.
I know.
जब आपको काटता है तो आपको पता नहीं चलता. It sucks your blood, and later the boil, it grows, and the infection spreads. So it would pain me, and बहुत ज्यादा हो गए थे. And so what my father had taught me, हम पहले नमक लगाते थे, but नमक क्या है कि in places where we operated, आप 2 नदी पार किया, आपका नमक सारा पानी में घुल के निकल गया.
I know.
So that's my father's experience in the northeast jungles. It helped me. उन्होंने सिखाया था तंबाकू के पत्ते.
Oh.
So आप अगर तंबाकू के पत्ते लगाते हो तो तंबाकू के पत्ते में जब पानी मिलता है, the liquid जो उसके वो हैं, it spreads, and then you become more. You just have to change it after you have probably crossed 7-8 rivers. You change the set of tobacco leaves. तो मेरे टीम में everybody would ऑपरेशन जाने से पहले सारे तंबाकू के पत्ते खरीद करके अपने अपने बैग में भरते थे. So it did help me. It did help me with the language. Yes, language matters. In fact, that is why all special forces का एक major वो होता है sir, language skills, language and behavioral skills that is being taught.
Language and that means being aware of the ground, terrain, language, people.
Yes sir, terrain, but terrain everybody adapts. Terrain सबको पता होता है, and we were that Google तो था, फिर भी मतलब I can see a map, and I can see it better than seeing a Google. वो maps देख करके you understand every time. You would have gone to the same place twice or thrice. हम हर बार नई जगह जाते थे सर. That was जो लोग कहते हैं कि एक ही जगह में जाके जगह देखने में टाइम लगता है या समझने में, हमें टाइम नहीं लगता था, बिकॉज हमने शायद ही कभी ऐसा ऑपरेशन एक ही जगह में 2 बार किया होगा. बिकॉज यू गो टू एरिया दैट गेट्स डिस्टर्ब, यू गो टू शिफ्ट टू अ डिफरेंट प्लेस. we prefer going to those places जहाँ पे nobody knows कि the special forces are here, because the moment people the adversaries get to know कि special forces आ गए हैं, they are going to operate. वो निकलेंगे नहीं तो फिर हम क्या करने जाएंगे.
Correct. ग्रेट. इनफैक्ट कौशल, एक चीज और बताओ कि आप 21 पैरा एसएफ में थे, लेकिन जब यूएन मिशन आप कांगो में गए तो आप 6 पैरा के साथ गए. हाउ दिस चेंज हैपेंड?
Sir, it's just that 21 para was doing very well, but again 6 para was the unit that was slated to go to UN. They were selected. And 6 para ke saath sir, one team of 21 para and one team of 1 para were to go. And that is when I was chosen to go there, sir. So we are excellent. Sir, Colonel Sarfraz was the commanding officer there. And we are excellent tenure in United Nations. I was in fact company commander of one of the worst places. Yes, that was very challenging. But yes,
I know that
the more challenging.
I know there also you were given the commendation card by the force commander as well as the brigade commander. So
I was just lucky, sir.
Anything you would like to share there?
Sir, I'd say, sir, I was lucky. Matlab, everywhere. In fact, I have gone. My superiors have generally liked my work, or they have appreciated. Again, God has been kind. It is their directions which has been kind. I would like to thank all of them. UN, sir, my location where I had gone was completely surrounded by a refugee camp. Completely. तो उसमें refugee camp and Africa का you have to you have to be very careful with your jawans and also
Yes,
because
yes.
it has got its own different challenges, and that was the time we had gone, and Ebola was first Ebola outbreak was there.
Yes, yes, yes.
The entire इसके अंदर threats were there, sir, because उनके सिविल वॉर के those guys were just mingle, and because जहाँ पे refugee camps थे, all the aid agencies would come and give them aid, तो वहाँ पे आसानी से आकर के लेते थे और वहाँ से वो करते थे. In fact, whoever has been there would definitely would feel कि how blessed we are to be born in a stable country like this, sir, like India.
I know.
वहां पे आदमी एक यहाँ से अगर निकलता है ग्रेटर नोएडा से, अगर ही हैज टू गो टू गुड़गांव, ही डजंट नो इफ ही इज गोइंग टू लिव फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे और नॉट. रास्ते में ऐसे लूट पाट के किसी का हाथ काट दिया, पांव काट दिया, वो फिर ऐसे चले हुए. एवरी डे देयर आर बैंडिटरी इंसिडेंट्स. वी बीन फायर्ड अपॉन नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स. इनफैक्ट द एंटायर हमारे साथ में किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, इंटरनल फाइट्स, ब्लैक मैजिक एंड ऑल दैट, दे बर्न द एंटायर विलेज. And that was right under our nose. We tried to protect, making our own drills and all that. But that's the dynamics there. It's completely yes, sir.
In fact, what you said, ki, we are absolutely lucky to be part of this country. And you can see right now, Ukraine, Russia, Gaza,
yes.
Israel, means everywhere that it's only the warmongering and war and war and war. So that's true. That's true. In fact, इसके बाद में I believe you went to command this counter hijack unit in NSG. Sure. How was that experience? And did you again go through that induction or what you call probation of the NSG?
No, okay. Not as a group commander. So I was lucky to have been selected for NSG. Okay. And before that, I was to take over 5 para, sir. Okay. And so when I was nominated for 5 para, मैं पूरा 5 para का मंगा करके history सारा याद कर दिया था, sir. Because you're going to a new place, and 5 para has got a rich tradition. It's one of the, again, very good units, sir. And when I was offered energy initially, I said no. कि नहीं, sir. But again, people got after me कि तू hell of a guy you are, यार, तेरे को energy बता रहे हैं और तू you are saying no. मेरे पीछे सब पड़े energy जाना और तू मना कर रहा है. But notwithstanding, sir, energy was an exposure. I never enjoyed energy, and उससे पहले अगर if I have to complain, as I've already complained, my only complaint to God was there never was a hijack in my time, sir. I would have prayed. Energy, there was no rest, or because you are the only unit in the country mandated for a counter hijack role. It was very difficult, sir, because energy और special forces में ना बहुत बड़ा difference है, sir. Yeah. The difference ये है कि सर स्पेशल फोर्सेस में वी गेट अ टारगेट, वी स्टडी, हम उसका गूगल इमेजेस से लेकर के पूरा वो फ्लाई थ्रू करके वी विल स्टडी एवरीथिंग कि 4 कदम जाके दाहिने ये अलमारी मिलेगा, अलमारी के अंदर दरवाजा है से लेकर के व्हाटएवर, ये दरवाजा बाहर खुलता है, ये अंदर खुलता है, यहाँ ऐसा कंपाउंड है, यहाँ पे उनके सेंट्री पोस्ट, एवरीथिंग यू स्टडी, एनालाइज एंड गो प्रिपेयर्ड. इट मे नॉट वर्क आउट एज यू हैव प्लान्ड, बट देन यू वर्क आउट ऑल कंटिजेंसीज. एनर्जी में है कि सर समबडी एल्स इज प्लानिंग. Yes. As we are talking now, somebody else is planning. Okay. There are people who are being paid to do this. They are planning. They would have, like the 26/11 attacks, they would have planned, recce घूमा होगा, पूरा सर्च किया होगा, सब कुछ किया होगा. Exactly, they know कि कहाँ से कैसे वो करना है. And energy is called, when energy is called, energy fails, it's the national pride that is going to get affected. Yeah. हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर कहते हैं सर 26 इंच का सीना, that is going to get affected. So that was the kind of pressure that was on my shoulders. People are going to curse me कि I was very strict. I was very strict. I had to be, give anybody a kind of task like that. You have to be, because you know you are the only backup. You cannot fail. Yes. And And every day, every time, we were just doing training, practicing and thinking. And you know what, sir? It is by design that counter hijack role is such an important thing. I'll give you an example. France का sometime around 1994, sometime around that, I could be wrong with the date. One of the Air France aircrafts was hijacked.
Yeah.
Hijack होकर के सर it landed in Marseille, जहाँ पे GIGN, the French Special Forces, they conducted a operation, successful operation. I wouldn't say very successful. There were problems in it, but yet it was a successful operation. So they were there negotiating for 3-4 days, and in this 3-4 days, ये GIGN ने क्या किया था सर, लाइव एयरक्राफ्ट, इट वाज A300, एंड लाइव एयरक्राफ्ट के अंदर उन्होंने प्रैक्टिस किया, मतलब ये ऐसे होता है, इतने दरवाजे ऐसे, इसे खुलता है, ऐसे ही होता है, एवरीथिंग. एंड व्हेन दे डिड, मतलब द सेम एयरक्राफ्ट दे प्रैक्टिस्ड, एंड व्हेन दे वेंट ऑन द एक्चुअल, जब वो ऑपरेशन कर रहे थे, व्हाट दे डिस्काउंटेड वाज, उसके अंदर पैसेंजर्स थे सर. एयरक्राफ्ट का अगर पैसेंजर होता है सर, इतना सा फर्क पड़ता है, इतना सा उसका हाइट नीचे था. एंड जब ये हाइट नीचे था, एनीबडी कैन गो ऑन गूगल एंड सी, तो GIGN का जब सर स्टेप लेडर लगा, वो दरवाजे के ऊपर लग गया, एंड द डोर वुडंट ओपन, एंड इट वुड हैव व्हाट अबाउट 4-5 seconds. People were struggling with the door, and door was not opening. The surprise was lost. People, that the hijackers knew that the counter-terrorist force has come. And in this 4-5 seconds, everybody rushed inside the cockpit. The cockpit has got a bulletproof kind of a door.
Okay.
From inside, there was firefight going on, and good about 8-9 GIGN guys got injured. There was chaos, everybody trying to rush out, and there were civilians also, some of them casualties. This was because they neutralized all the hijackers. This was a success. But then again, we would want a success like that. We would want a much cleaner success. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, इतना सा छोटा सा चीज से सर आप समझ रहे हैं कितना precise हुआ है. Anybody inside, 2 grenade blast हो जाता है with the fuel, an aircraft full of fuel, you don't know what is going to respond. Yeah. So energy was completely, sir, trying to visualize और क्या. We had the sky marshal operations, we had the counter hijack, and also the counter terrorist operation. The unit that I commanded was unique. It does all. आप एनर्जी के कोई भी यूनिट ले लीजिए, वो एक टास्क करता है, इधर वो VIP सिक्योरिटी कर रहा है या काउंटर टेररिस्ट कर रहा है, तो हम सारे करते थे सर. So I'll say sorry if I was too strict when I was commanding, but then that is the pressure I had.
That is a part of the job, and I think those people must have been part of your team.
They saw my dream. They saw my dream.
You might have been, they might be appreciating now. They must be loving you more now.
I'm sure. Sir, beach mein, I had written an article again that was also appreciated. There were some talks going on कि energy should also participate in adventure and all that. तो मैं बहुत strongly, मतलब then our DG, I represent. मैं कहा sir, come on, how can we? मतलब there is no scope. हमारा दुश्मन कौन है आप वो सोचिए. Who is coming for a terrorist operation? Somebody who's already given himself up ना. वो तो अपने आप को martyr सोच के आया ना, मर गया, फिदाई हूँ मैं. वो तो already वो, और यहाँ पे हमारे we can't become, we are special forces, we are commandos, we cannot become फिदाई. हम तो नहीं हो सकते ना. हमें तो अपना परिवार का भी देखना है, वो तो inherent है. हमें देखना है, we are carrier soldiers, we have to think about everything, we have to take about, we can't keep waiting everywhere. तो अपना सोचना है, अपना planning करना है. So at the takeoff level itself, there is a gap whom you are fighting. So if you have to fight that guy, you can't rest. That is why energy 3-4 साल का जो ये rotation होता है, because it will burn you out. Rightly so. You have to be ruthless. You have to keep visualizing. अब जैसे मैं आपको बता रहा था कि वो बंदा प्लान करके आएगा, इस बार ताज में था, पिछले बार की अगले बार कोई फैक्ट्री में करेगा, या कॉन्वेंट प्लेस का, या करोल बाग के वो बिजी स्ट्रीट्स में करेगा. कैसे एक जगह अटैक करेगा, वहां के डायनेमिक्स क्या होंगे, उसको कैसे न्यूट्रलाइज करना है, वो हर जवान को वो ट्रेनिंग, बिकॉज यू डोंट ऑलवेज गेट अ चांस लाइक दैट. मतलब जस्ट once you have exposed yourself, you get a shot. And counter terrorist operations are very difficult operations.
Yeah, and that too, you have to be ready 24/7.
You have to be ready, sir. आपको नहीं पता होगा आप कहाँ ऑपरेशन के लिए जा रहे हैं, आप कैसे तैयारी करोगे. जैसे मैं बताया स्पेशल फोर्सेस में आपको पता है कहाँ जा रहे हैं, यहाँ आपको पता ही नहीं है कहाँ जा रहे हैं आप. वो तो चूज उसने किया ना, उसने आइडेंटिफाई भी करके रखा है कि यहाँ से चढ़ के आएंगे, आने दो. तो दैट इज, and you launch one battalion, you launch a company, you launch one brigade. एक रूम के वो 4 दरवाजे हैं, वो 4 दरवाजे में से किसी से वो आएगा. So it makes so much easier for him. But again, we are in very safe hands. The entire hierarchy of energy and the army, they're doing an exceptional job. So
No
I
doubt.
can only salute them every
No.
time. I think how hard they're working.
We are the winner always. We are the winner always.
So
With that training and with that hard work and with that dedication and commitment of our soldiers.
sure,
Yeah.
that no one can take from us, sir.
No one can take it, because our system, our training, our processes are so well defined.
Yes.
And the commitment of our people, commitment of our officers and men means
Yes.
And that selection process itself is so distinct. Means everybody can't be part of energy or para special forces or even the Indian Army, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Kaushal, let me see if there are so many questions. If any other relevant question you can see. Asking क्या अग्निवीर पैरा एसएफ में जा सकता है? पहले तो उसे आर्मी में ही आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
हाँ, वो करना पड़ेगा.
I'm sure जा सकते हैं सर, because SF में भी सारे अग्निवीर से होंगे अभी.
Yes, yes. Is somebody asking Amit Deswal? Amit Deswal, are you aware?
Yes. Again, a legend on his own, sir.
Okay.
He was a bull, sir, full of strength and josh. He could do anything. Matlab, he could, again, just do anything. We were together. In fact, I was his probation officer for some time.
Okay.
And a probation में, sir, everybody pulls your leg. Everybody, matlab, आपको तो you're made to feel like you are dirt.
Yeah.
यानी उसको बोला तेरे को देख के तो नहीं लगता तू क्लियर हो जाएगा.
Okay.
And that guy, he broke all records, sir. आकर के फिर उसने बताया, सर आपने मेरे को बोला. मैं कहा यार, come on, don't
take it too hard.
Don't take it too hard. We now you are going to say the same thing to every probationer that comes. He was with us in UN, एक साथ, sir. Again, 6 para was competing against everyone. We had a competition where there was a speed march, and we defeated everybody thorough, sir. मतलब जवानों से आगे आ गया था देशवाल.
Okay.
He was that kind of a bull. Manipur में we operated, sir. That guy was fearless. मतलब we were seeing a camp. We were going to strike it. मैं यहाँ से था. I wanted somebody to go back and lay stops. And that was treacherous. मतलब the entire jungle, it was completely cliffs थे, sir, सब तरफ से. कहता सर मैं चले जाऊंगा. मैं कहा यार तू ऐसे नहीं जा सकता यार, गिर जाएगा वहां पे. मतलब and it's night and we have time वो है. You have to fix rope at 7 places, showing them on the map. But that guy was like, नहीं sir, मैं करूंगा. And he did it. He did it. He was there before first light.
Okay.
Yes. What a guy he was, sir. Again, such a loss.
Everyone is. You see, another thing which I have experienced talking to SF officers, Kaushal, everyone has some uniqueness in himself. Something or other. It's absolutely unique. And that, or that kink, you can say, means that doing something different. Isn't it? There's someone has asked that, is there 100 kilometer? And I think you got some story to tell about 200 kilometer. If you can briefly.
No, sir, 200 was, I like to challenge myself. So there was a 200 kilometers walkathon organized by ITBP. I was on leave. And before that, I had done a 100-kilometer run. It was Khana Badosh karke se, Shimla ke aaspaas se. It was organized by, again, one of the senior officers of the Parachute Regiment himself. And I had gone and participated in that. So people knew. And मैं छुट्टी पे था, sir, out of nothing, कुछ नहीं. And there was this walkathon and energy से किसी को जाने के लिए बताया. And my juniors were going. I couldn't just restrain myself. मैंने कहा यार तुम जा रहे हो, मुझे भी जाना पड़ेगा. And I went. I got Roger nice and proper. आप छुट्टी से उठ के सीधा 200 kilometers. And that was completely in deserts. Jaisalmer, sir. And good about 54 kilometers of it was on sand dunes. This was the first time I was actually walking on sand dunes. मतलब हम तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट वाले हैं, सर. पैदाइशी नॉर्थ ईस्ट, घर नॉर्थ ईस्ट, यूनिट नॉर्थ ईस्ट. तो सीधा सैंड ड्यून के ऊपर. आई डिड नॉट नो द बेसिक्स. आई हैड टाइट माय I thought I'm going to prevent any dust getting inside, because that's what it had me. Second day I could not keep my foot down. I was so badly, matlab, my legs had swollen. But again, somehow I just did not give up. Somehow I completed. It could have
And
been much better had I
how
prepared.
many days it was for 200 kilometers?
It was over 3 days. It was over 3 days.
Okay. Oh.
Yes, and they were, matlab, hats off to some of the ITBP officers. Shri Ajay hai sir, commander who came first.
Okay.
I asked him, sir, इतना अच्छा से आपने कैसे किया? So that guy was practicing for good about 2 months. वो हर दिन he was walking 50-60 kilometers. मैं कहा यार ये तो बहुत बढ़िया है. And everybody, that's some kind of dedication.
And
Every
one
day
can
walking
jog also
50-60.
at that time? One can jog also?
Yes, you can jog, sir. On the dunes, I made that mistake. It's not very advisable to jog when you're on the dunes. It's going to hurt you. But yeah, when you're hitting the track, you should. You must.
Okay.
You have to, sir.
So cutoff time was 3 days.
Yes. The cutoff time was 3 days.
200 kilometers, 3 days is, I think, is acceptable.
So, yes, no, that was good, sir. That was good fun, and I want to.
I can see the fun.
I would want to. You need to keep pushing yourself, sir.
Limits,
In life,
yeah.
you need to keep pushing yourself. Otherwise, आपको खुद नहीं पता चलेगा कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप क्या
Yes.
हासिल कर सकते हैं, sir.
Yeah. And somebody asked about Major Dharmakar.
Dhamankar,
if you are
sir.
aware. Yeah.
Oh, sir. He was my team officer, sir. Again, Alpha team हम कहते हैं 21 पैरासूट में.
Okay.
Bhupender Dhamankar, sir. Again, what a fantastic guy he is, sir.
Is it one
उनके
para
साथ-
or 21 para?
21 पैरासूट, sir.
Yeah.
You can't sit 5 minutes with him, sir, without मतलब वो हंसा के गिरा देते हैं, sir. He's like that. He can mimic anyone. And
Okay.
in operations, he was so nice, sir, so good. He was, in fact, like my immediate senior in the unit, in my team. And he has taught me so much, right from documentation check se lekar ke wo, sir. I owe a lot to him. We're still in touch.
Okay.
And
He's in Bombay, if I'm not wrong.
he is in Mumbai, sir. And उनका हम मजाक उड़ाते थे कि जब वो 21 में थे, जहाँ if there were 3 troops deployed, जहाँ धमानकर सर होता है उनको कांटेक्ट नहीं मिलता, बाकी सबको मिल जाता है करके. And जब वो गए सर मुंबई में, he was in Oberoi when Oberoi was hit.
Yeah.
So we would pull his leg कि सर आपको यहाँ नहीं मिलता था, वहां पे आपको ढूंढ करके मिलिटेंट्स आ गए.
Okay. You had some experience of this regarding this. Okay, somebody asked Kaushal Kashyap, sir, can you please share your views regarding Entebbe raid Sayeret Maketel of IDF? ये अभी जो हुआ है, in fact,
They are special forces, sir, Israeli special forces. And Entebbe raid is one of the classic case study kind of an operation, sir, which everybody must read and learn about.
Yeah.
Especially special forces का तो ये मतलब bread and butter है. That is something that teaches you एक तो आपका will to prove yourself, and then the vision, deliberate planning, and the heart to go and execute something. So many, I am forgetting the exact kilometers, 3,000 miles or something across, beating all radars. किस हिसाब से उन्होंने किया. It was a mix of their Mossad giving them information and then execution of the raid. The final raid was executed. Prime Minister Netanyahu's brother, Jonathan Netanyahu, he was the only casualty by a sniper. Other than that, if I'm not mistaken, the raid was planned for about 40 minutes or 38 minutes or something, 3-4 minutes short of the actual. जो वो practice करते थे उससे पहले they could rescue hostages and get them out of a foreign land. Wow, that was a dream, sir. That was a dream. Something of a हमारा फौज का टाइम खत्म हो गया सर without being part of such an operation.
Yeah.
That's a regret.
Yeah, that means everything comes with the time, or
yes.
Whatever role you are in, I believe in that you should do your best.
Yes.
Even if it is training.
Yes.
कौशल, बहुत सारी बातें आपने ऑपरेशंस और सबके बारे में इतना सारा ज्ञान दिया. आपने फाइनली, in fact, you could have become a general, no doubt. Means you got through the higher command, which is the most prestigious course, and you were nominated for that. But लेकिन आपने decide किया कि कुछ अपने और ड्रीम्स होते हैं हर एक के, and you wanted to realize them, and out of that one dream I can see that today you are helping others with your AI based security solutions company. So would you like to share something that why you decided to finally, after doing a bit to the Indian Army, then coming to the civil role?
Sir, in fact, on a lighter side, I waited for 20 years for a war, sir. It didn't happen.
I know.
And I can see it coming anymore, any sooner. So I thought, और कितना wait करेगा यार, war नहीं हो रहा था.
The war हुआ
That
ना
was the
hijack
latest.
हुआ.
ना war हुआ ना hijack हुआ, हम इंतजार करते रह गए. But
But
that's on the lighter side, sir.
it is good for the nation.
But सर बाहर के लोगों को जो हमारे सुन भी रहे हैं, it's very difficult to actually understand how what kind of sacrifices our families make.
Yeah.
As Fauji's, ये सिर्फ हमारा service, हमारा वो नहीं है सर. The kind of sacrifices our families make, that is again huge.
Yeah.
And I realized कि मैंने तो अपनी जिंदगी जी ली है सर, अपने शौक से बिल्कुल जो करना था, whatever I could have dreamt of, one life, do it. I lived. मम्मी पापा ने बोला था स्पेशल फोर्सेस मत जाना, टांग टूटेगा, पैराशूट से कहाँ जंप मारा है, बट कर ली सर. दे हैव आल्सो पार्डन मी, एंड एवरी टाइम आई वाज सर्विंग, माय मदर वुड ऑलवेज स्टे लाइक दिस कि आज बचा लेना उसको, कल का कल देखेंगे.
I know.
So with your children growing up, I realized you need to actually watch camera. It becomes a little difficult, not for anything else. You have to take a call. You have to take a call whether it is your future or your children's future. And I thought, I must give them a little more time. And again, I keep getting some ideas and all. I wanted to explore and exploit and see how far they take us. So that's why I'm out, sir. I mean, the army was very kind. All my seniors were very kind. I got that kind of a platform. I got that kind of an opportunity where I could do whatever I could. So now I'm out, sir. I have opened a small startup and with huge dreams, with big dreams. And it is a new thing, sir. So we're trying to drive in a new concept that is of remote security, sir, which is not there like we want it to be in the country. It is where you are deployed with 100 people, you can just do it about 20-25 people using the technology. Not just that, sir, all type of different solutions.
So how your learnings of special forces and NSG, you are getting into your this security solutions?
Sir, sir, पहला चीज तो है not to give up. I would say. I mean, it's too early for me, sir. I just retired when 29th of June this year, and June, July, August. It's just 4 months, and it's a little early for me to say I'm still not a success story outside. Though I would hope and pray to be, and I'm sure I'm going to be. But tab tak, yes, I think it's not to give up and to think through it in detail. That is what should help me, sir. And and the adaptability and the flexibility, that I think that is in the nature of special forces, because you need to adapt to your situations, you need to adapt to the enemy, you need to adapt to your bosses, so you need to adapt.
And the best thing which you said is whether it is a business or whether it is your startup or whether it is para special forces or army as such, not to give up.
So not to give up, sir. It's a long
And
way, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm ready not to give up, actually, sir.
Like it is said that quitters don't win and winners don't quit.
Oh, yes. There couldn't be a better place, sir. Very right, sir.
In fact, somebody is asking again and again, that's the last question I can take is that one has asked about any experience you had with Major Sushant of one parasite.
No, I'm really
Sushant
sorry,
Singh.
sir.
Okay.
No, I'm really sorry. The 21 being that we for the northeast, we've generally been in the northeast, sir, तो
yeah.
हमारा interaction बाकी के साथ थोड़ा सा.
Yes. Then somebody has asked about he's asking telling something little bit about the soul of esteem.
Sir, it's a fantastic idea, sir. It's a fantastic
Concept.
idea and concept, and it has been executed very well. And all thanks to Jacob again, Ambi, and Brigadier Anand, and the entire hierarchy of the army. It was without the support, it wouldn't have been possible. And it was a dream. It was very well lived, and I'm sure we're going to be there for all the future episodes. I'm sure it's going to do well, and it's going to do well not just for itself, for the youth of the country. It's trying to give them a complete whole new future. The adventure in the country is it's not where it should be. हमारे यहाँ से we've got the mountains, we've got the Himalayas, we've compared it with the Alps. मतलब कहाँ है वो Alps और कहाँ है हमारे Himalayas, and the kind of और हमें उनसे सीखना पड़ता है कि equipment कैसा होना है, या that's because हमने इस स्पोर्ट को, इस एडवेंचर एक्टिविटी को उस हद तक पुश नहीं किया सर. So this is a very good opportunity. I'm sure we will turn things around.
Absolutely. And the kind of thing which you rightly said is that getting out the full potential out of those disabled people and making them do something which is they had a dreams of doing it, whether it is a skydiving or whether it is a parajumping, or taking people to the Siachen Glacier who are the blind.
That was under the umbrella of Operation Enduring Freedom, sir.
Yes.
So out of the 3 world records that they set out, they've completed 1.
Yeah.
And you meet those, I will not call them disabled, I'll call them specially abled.
Especially abled, yes.
And if you ask me, they are superheroes.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm missing out his name. It has been some time since I met him. He can't see, sir. He can't see. But he can make out. You hit him, he will catch your hand.
Yeah.
You or I, we cannot imagine, because we are so dependent on our eyesight. We have not trained those other
reflexive
other senses. We have not trained our other senses. There's one, again, I'm missing out all the names. He doesn't have hands, but you see him typing with a mobile without hands, sir. He texts so well. He can text as fast as I can. He's trained his senses of the skin here to type.
Yes.
If they are not superheroes, who actually are? They are out of the normal.
Absolutely.
जो हम कान से या just how does he catch? He feels the waves. He feels the air, or even little light somewhere without even seeing कि यहाँ थोड़ा सा वो है, यहाँ कोई. He could tell कि मुझे पता है यहाँ पे 3 लोग बैठे हैं, यहाँ से खाली है और यहाँ पीछे मेरा पानी है कहीं पे.
Fantastic. You can see that recent that lady from J&K, without hands, she got the gold medal in the archery.
Yes.
Multiple gold medals, and she does with the leg.
Yes. So they are superheroes.
They are especially able.
बिल्कुल सर. We must draw lessons. Major DP Singh, he's such a. मैंने अपने पूरे यूनिट में सर मेजर डीपी सिंह के और ऐसे पैरालंपिक्स इनके फोटोग्राफ लगा के रखे थे कि ड्रॉ मोटिवेशन आउट ऑफ देम. आपको
मैंने उनका भी इंटरव्यू किया
है कि पैरा जंप से आपका घुटना मुड़ गया है और आपके लिए जिंदगी खत्म हो गया है साहब, मैं तो खत्म हो गया. हाँ, दोज आर एक्चुअल, दे आर हीरोज. कि आपको लगता है कि आपके टांग मोच आ गई है तो आपका जिंदगी खत्म हो गया है. आपका L4 L5, मेरा तो कमर में प्रॉब्लम, मेरा घुटने प्रॉब्लम एक ही जगह होती है, वो दिमाग में है. हार मानने की, बहाना ढूंढने की. बहाना मत ढूंढिए. आप डिसाइड कीजिए मुझे करना है. अब कैसे करना है वो आप देखो. टांग से नहीं हो तो हाथ से जाओ यार.
Yes. That is why somebody has said that if you want to achieve something, no CBE, no complaint, no blame, no excuse.
बिल्कुल सर. You just decide and do it. It's up to you how you do it.
Major DP Singh also I have interviewed.
So they are idols, sir. मतलब I idolize them. I pray them. I worship them.
Colonel Kaushal, it has been a most wonderful, and I can tell you with guarantee that the kind of traction you got, the viewers who has been today, it is the maximum out of all my 73 talks which I gave. That
Thank you
is the
so much, sir.
kind
Thank
of
you so much.
love you have from the people.
Thank you
And
so much. And
I'll tell you the later also that how it has gone, this thing. And it is your humility, it is your what you have done for the nation, and the way you are still keeping yourself perfect. I will say perfect. I see your
thank you,
videos
sir.
also. And
No one is perfect.
yeah, means to the best of every, perfection is a perception, but we can always try to excel in whatever way you are, especially keeping yourself fit after that. So thank you so much, Colonel Kaushal, and it has been privilege. And on my behalf of my viewers, and thank you so much, talking in so detail and giving out your heart, all the whatever you can share. In fact, we are privileged. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much, sir, for having me here. And I would like to thank all the viewers for their watching and then commenting as well. I love them all. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for having me here, sir. I'm really honored.